Hey everybody, it's your girl Tara Michelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today we're discussing all things raspberry. I want to talk to you guys about my top 11 or favorite 11 raspberry fragrances in my current collection. I am not going to number these in any order because again, it's all about the raspberry, but I will save my favorite one for last. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. First up, we have Yes I Am from the House of Cacharel. I love these lipsticks. They're just absolutely adorable. And this one here, right in the top, you have raspberry, and I absolutely love it. I think it's exquisite. The sprayer is interesting. It's very forceful and almost like the second setting of the Windex bottle where it's not just the straight jet. It's a little wider than that, but it's still coming with some force. We're talking about raspberry. We're talking about gardenia, orange blossom, licorice, cardamom, caramel. This is a very pretty fragrance, and I think it is everyday work appropriate. The raspberry is so sweet. Like it's just this sweet, beautiful berry added in with the caramel and the gardenia. I really do like this. The next fragrance is Absolutely Blooming from the House of Dior. So this is a very elegant, sophisticated fragrance, and the patchouli and the pink pepper make this pretty earthy and spicy. So the raspberry in here is what saves the fragrance for me because of that sweet, slightly tart, strong potency in the raspberry. It cleans up a little bit of the just overly done spice in this. I don't think they needed the patchouli and the pink pepper. Next up, we're going to talk about Dua's Passions. There is peach, plum, raspberry, saffron, all these yummy good notes in here coming out. Well, that mist is long and wide. What a beautiful fruity fragrance. Come on, this is. And you get every bit of the peach and the plum and the raspberry. They work great together where you can smell them all and it's not just a jumbled mess of things. I love the raspberry in here because the peach and the plum are sweet and they do that thing that they do, but the raspberry adds a little pop of tartness to it to keep it from just being completely smooth and sweet, which is beautiful also. But sometimes you want just a little, you know, put some stank on it, but not stank, you know, because it smells good. Next up, we have none other than So Scandal. This is a newer release from the Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal line. This is a beautiful, beautiful tuberose fragrance. It gives me that sweet tuberose you know I love. Like I'm a bubblegum tuberose type of girl or a candied tuberose type of girl. So the sweetness in here is beautiful. It's also lactonic. There's milk in this. So you have your raspberry right at the top. You have tuberose. You have jasmine sambac. There's quite a few things in here, but those are really what you get. And even though this is a beautiful tuberose fragrance, again, this is one of those that I don't think I would like as much without the raspberry. It just gives a life. It gives a sweet berryness to an otherwise heavier fragrance. Like this is a fragrance that is definitely diva mode. I'm going to go ahead and give credit to my girl Lulu for creating that. She was the first person I ever heard say it. I know a lot of people say it now, but you know, it means a lot to me to give credit. So I'll give Lulu credit for introducing that phrase, that term to me. This is definitely a diva mode fragrance, which is the feminine or female version of beast mode. So a little goes a long way. You do not want to overspray this, and you will appreciate the contrast that the raspberry has to the rest of this lactonic, floral, sweet fragrance. You guys have heard me mention this fragrance quite a few times, and with good reason. This is Because It's You by Emporio Armani. The lemon and raspberry combo at the top of this are exquisite, and a lot of times it pulls like an apple note to me. I love this fragrance so much. That is a very tart raspberry. And with that lemon, somehow they just make each other smell sweet. I love this fragrance. I'm going to miss it when it's gone. Um, you never know, I might repurchase it. Yeah, I know how I do. But yes, if you're looking for a more tart, um, potent raspberry, like you can't miss the raspberry note in this. This next one is a very fun raspberry fragrance because this is a very tart raspberry, which is like soaking in a rich, sweet syrup. I'm talking about, of course, none other than Kenzo Flower L'Elixir. This is a very sweet perfume, a beautiful, feminine, sweet perfume, but you have that tart raspberry sitting there. Again, offering some contrast. It's not just a syrupy, sweet, smooth ride. No, you have a little bit of punch, power to it, you know? So you're going to do a little bit above the speed limit with this raspberry, and I love it. I love what it adds to this fragrance. Man, I love this fragrance. Like every single thing about it, I love it. Again, that's Kenzo L'Elixir. Next up, we have what I consider to be the darkest of the raspberries on my list. This is a raspberry that stands its own ground up against rose and cassis and jasmine and Virginia cedar and pink pepper. You know, it's taking a lot on, and still it shines through. This is none other than the very sexy, very feminine, yet spicy, woody, oh, and let's not forget the musky Tresor Midnight Rose. I love the use of raspberry in this. This is another one where I don't know if I would like the fragrance, you know? I don't think that it would be as beautiful without the raspberry note. There's a lot going on in here that's, you know, spicy and woody and musky, but what do you give it to give it that pop? To, you know, draw a female in, you know, a feminine fragrance loving woman like myself. Raspberry. That's what they chose. Beautiful, beautiful combination. Very much a date night fragrance. I miss wearing this one. I think it would be nowhere near still this full had 2020 not been a complete disaster. Next up, I want to talk to you guys about the sweetest fruity floral fragrance I think I've ever come across. So there's an eau de parfum version and there's a delicios version. I mean, there's just all kinds in this line. They're just, yeah, that's a nice sprayer too. And the tops, look, I get tricked every time I'm trying to put it back on. But this is Live Irresistible EDT from the house of Givenchy. Oh my goodness, y'all, please. Shout out to Amber Chantel. Let me tell you something. She talked about this. And it's not expensive. Man, first of all, the staying power on this thing is incredible. And it's an EDT. Oh my goodness. It's just so pretty and so sweet though. But this is not sickeningly sweet. This is like you straight up have a bunch of fresh fruit, all your favorite fruit, and you put them together in a fruit bowl. You know, you make your fruit salad real quick, which is nice, natural sweetness from the fruits. No sugar added. This is beautiful. I want to read you guys some of the notes because, dude, just listen. Okay, we have raspberry at the top. We have pineapple, pear, grapefruit, lemon, peach, pepper, rose, lily of the valley, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. But what you need to know is this is a fruit explosion. Lighter on the florals than the fruit, but everything works together so beautifully. I don't understand how more people are not talking about this, with fruity florals pretty much predominantly taking over the world for 3/4 of the year. People, you know, give gourmands, you know, the winter, but how for spring and summer, especially, even if we give gourmands the fall too, how the first half of the year am I not seeing everyone talk about this? I don't know how old it is. I don't care. This isn't dated. This is so much fun. It's youthful, it's fun, it's flirty, it's beautiful. This tart raspberry up at the top is giving me life and more abundantly, while everything else is just so sweet. I love this. I love this. This is so good. Again, that's Live Irresistible by Givenchy, the EDT version. Although the Eau de Parfum is really good too. It's even sweeter. It's even richer. And Delicios is fantastic as well. It's sweeter as well. But I think this is more easy to wear for people who struggle with super sweet perfumes. And this is super sweet. So you're really not missing anything. So next up, we're going to be talking about what I consider to be the most potent raspberry on the list. That's none other than Angel Nova from the House of Mugler, another beautiful star that stands up on its own, thankfully. This one, beautiful mister, beautiful mister. I feel like this fragrance was made for the raspberry, or it was formed or put together around the raspberry as the star. This is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. So this one here, you're going to get the raspberry and lychee right up top. It has that damask rose and that akigala wood, and then benzoin. So they don't say there's any patchouli or praline in here. And I'm going to guess it's that wood that is pulling earthy, because it almost smells like there's patchouli in here. But again, this fragrance is raspberry. This is a beautiful, hearty, amazing raspberry with depth. I love this. Next up, La Vie Est Belle Intensement. Come on. La Vie Est Belle with raspberry? Come on. Raspberry and bergamot at the top at that. You guys know I love me some bergamot. The jasmine in this is also the star. Oh, the switch up. That beautiful opening with that raspberry and that bergamot. And that jasmine just jumps straight in like, yes, I am here. Oh my God, this is so pretty. With the light powderiness to it. You know, this was brilliantly made. I absolutely love it. The La Vie Est Belle line is not one to scoff at, okay? I know there are a lot of flankers and they each in their own right bring a little bit of pizzazz, a different zhuzh to the game. And my gosh, this is so good. This is so good. Child, I have not, list 2020 messed the whole game up. I just want to wear everything. This is so good. Who has this? Talk to me in the comments about this. Tell me where Intensement is on your list. I think I might have to rearrange my list. I need to wear this more, y'all. Seriously. This smells so good to me. It smells like almost like I haven't smelled this before. Yeah, baby. And again, this is another one of those. This smells so good. I'm wearing this to bed tonight. Like, I'm only going to put 2 sprays, but I'm wearing this to bed tonight. I need this in my life. Like now. If you want a feminine, beautiful, juicy, sweet raspberry fragrance, look no further than Beyond Romance from Ralph Lauren. Guys, it takes the cake. To me, the first time I smelled it was a love at first sniff. I mean, I didn't need to think about it. I didn't need to know anything else about it. I didn't even know the notes when I first smelled it, and I knew I needed this in my collection. And it was expensive when it first came out, so I didn't get a bigger bottle. But when I finish this, I know I will repurchase it. This is just raspberry done differently. And there are some on this list that I won't repurchase just because my collection is so big, but we're talking about raspberry. This is the first raspberry fragrance that I want in my collection. And those are my top 11 fragrances with raspberry as a star note. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Please also remember to click the like button and select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. As always, I want to see you guys in the comments. Let me know if you have any of these, if you love them, if you don't. And until then,